Hi everyone, a very good evening. Welcome to our special event on building your personal assistant using GitHub Copilot. We are thrilled to have you and all of you over here. My name is Chanchal Kuntan, and I'll be your host today for this exciting session. We have two amazing speakers with us today uh, who are experts in their field, and they'll be joining us. And so I want to welcome Vineet Grover, sir. He's the founder and CEO of Let's AI. We also have Harsh with us. He's AI developer at Let's AI. And so we'll be diving deep into the Copilot session where you'll be knowing and learning about how you can make your own assistant using GitHub Copilot and how the studio actually works. I'd like to invite Vineet sir to tell us about the session and give us the insights.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Vineet, and as Chanchu said, I'm heading the Let's AI solutions. So the session is about generative AI, right? And it's so fascinating. Generative AI is so fascinating to hear, to work with. Um, but as I understand, most of you are either students or would be fresh in your careers. And what I would urge in general is that to think about what makes Gen AI fascinating. Um, Technology is very easy to get in awe of. It's so fascinating that so you get into whether I can use this technology, I can do prompts, but will I be able to even understand what this is? Although on the face of it, it looks like that it might be mighty difficult. But it's built on simple concepts. So, for example, we say we give prompts, right? In generative AI, we say we give prompts. But if you really try to understand, these prompts are nothing but conditional probability. You would have read about conditional probabilities in maybe class 11th or later. And as soon as you start thinking about a prompt being a conditional probability, your the way of understanding the technology would change. Uh, we marvel on the fact that each time we ask a question to ChatGPT, it gives a different answer. It's very helpful also. Yeah, so if four of you do the same assignment, the assignment will not be the same, and you'll be very happy. But how does it do that? I mean, has it been programmed to not uh, give the same answer each time? The answer is the same. It's probability. It's just a probabilistic nature of it. Giving choosing a different sequence each time. That's all. So I would urge this group, students in general, to uh, not to be in awe of technologies, um, and try to understand the basics. I'll give you an example. I've been taking interviews, and people would come and say that we are, we've done NLP and we've done sentiment analysis, and the first question I would ask is that, okay, what is an embedding? No answer. 90% of either freshers or experience, would not even answer the question, the most basic question, that what is an embedding? So try to, again, try to understand what goes behind um, transformers. So GPT is generative, pre-trained transformers. I hope most of you know what a transformer is. Now, some of you may know about transformer, but how does it work? We say attention. Everyone says attention, but what is that? What is that attention layer? How does it work? But try to focus on those basics is what my suggestion would be. For some of you who've heard about what is the Gartner hype cycle? Maybe some of you may be knowing about it. So as per Gartner, I mean, they say that whenever a new technology comes in, there's that initial peak that it goes to. It's called the peak of expectations. Then it comes really down. It's called the trough of disillusionment. And that's going to happen with generative AI as well. And it's going to happen very soon. Whether it is disillusionment or it is dissatisfaction or it is the security malpractices or deep fakes, it's going to happen very soon. Governments would realize that it may not be the right thing to let it make its own play, and then the trough will start, and then again it moves. Every technology, it happens, and then it again moves up, and then finally it reaches the plateau of productivity. That's how that hype cycle is. I can assure you that only those would survive who understand the basics. Once the peak goes off and we enter the trough, the very few, they would either be fortunate or have or foundationally very strong to survive after that. So try to understand, try to capture the basics. It's very easy. Technology has made it very easy for us to actually send prompts and get results. But try thinking of how it actually works, how rags work, how attention works, what is, so that when you think of working on new use cases, that's how you would be actually able to solve use cases like, uh, can I can I use it to optimize my shopping path? Can I use it to optimize life of someone who is not so fortunate? So this technology is more than generating prompts. It's more than generating videos. It's more than generating beautiful images. It's very promising, and I hope you make the most of it. So at Letsai, we understand that there's one more fact to it, that we say that your data strategy is your AI strategy. So you need to have those essential skills of data analytics, and again, trying to understand how to work with data, and then finally move towards AI. That's what I would say in the limited time I have right now. Would be happy to take questions later. And Chanchal and Harsh, thank you so much for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, Vineet sir. Like all of the enlightenments which you have given to us on how to build a career in Gen AI and the current landscape of startups. We also have Radhika ma'am with us, who is actually leading the women in tech community, who are the partner of this event. She'll be telling us about like how you can join WIT, what are the mission and visions of joining the community, and what are the benefits you can gain using that community. Over to you, Radhika ma'am.
Hello, Chanchal, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Um, so my camera is off. I think the controller's with the organizer.
Uh, just give us a moment, ma'am. We'll just check it out.
No rush. I can use the time to greet everybody. Um, yeah, I assume everybody's joining from India. It's late in the evening, but so happy to see this wonderful participation. having so many attendees on a call at 9:30. It just reiterates how keen you guys are on knowing more about Gen AI. And Vineet, thank you. It was wonderful to hear you give those uh, useful tips to our young folks, assuming most of them are from technology background and have some understanding of statistics. I would like to believe Gen AI is going to make the lives a little more easier, but then they have those best practices to learn. And I'll wait until Chanchal opens up the camera so that I could talk to you through that.
I think it should be available now. Can you please check once?
Yeah, allow me a moment. Mm, can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Uh, Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'll take my quick 5 minutes to talk a little bit, not really too much about women in tech. Um, some of you may already be aware, but we are a global organization that focuses on empowering girls and women in technology in terms of helping them growing from the boards, which is from the school level, to the boardrooms, that is the leadership level. So you want to make sure that in the leaky pipeline where girls do graduate in science studies, but they do not really go all the way in their careers in these niche areas or in the areas of STEM. And now Gen AI, AI, data science, metaverse, all of these are the new emerging technologies. And we do not want to lose the opportunity for girls to get into these technologies for two reasons. Because pretty much they constitute 50% of the workforce. And in India, with the kind of trust there is on the nation building its future on technology, if we do not get the women workforce into AI, into Gen AI, or the emerging green technologies, then it's a huge opportunity cost. Uh, all the more the future is better because these technologies do make lives easier and easy to comprehend for women. My personal viewpoint is somebody had mentioned that very soon, your programming skills, your STEM skills will become stranded skills because AI, Gen AI is going to replace all of them. Um, well, if you do not know the art of how to use Gen AI, then it's just like any other tool or data which is not used right. So you need to have those best practices, how to look at what the use case needs and how you can. It's a tool given to you, so you need to get the best out of it, and hence that does call for skill sets. And I believe that the girls hold some of those natural ability to wing around what Chennai can do, and also because if you can lend your perspective and if you can lend your the thoughts of diversity to the data, so we can make it more cleaner in terms of um, reduced bias or pretty much lesser bias, and making sure that there are multiple diverse opinions that go into the data, and then you're actually working out of that, or you're using your Gen AI to clean up if there's any bias, and then look at how you can actually look at an outcome that's more relevant, applicable, and more cleaner. So having said that, I have a few statistics, and if I may share, allow me a moment. And this could be interesting for folks to know uh, where we may probably need to focus on women taking that lead step, right? So in India, we are 43% girls who graduate from STEM. I think we're really doing well when it comes to education. But then we have what we call, I think there's something called a gender paradox. So when it goes to careers, pretty much drops down at various levels. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah, so let me start with why do we need women? Because in technology is evolving at such a breakneck speed, and we feel that when they become so pivotal in our lives, in our growth, in the growth of the nation, the world, the thoughts have to come from diverse groups, right? And you need to have those perspectives, because eventually why are we using technology? It is, to bring some changes to society or certain use cases, which actually gets consumed by the society. So you got to bring in those diverse perspectives, and hence we need more women there. Also, we want to make sure that there is lesser bias, because if you're looking at data which is patriarchal, in history. So you want to make sure it is kind of cleaned up a little more. There was very interesting concept that I heard from the ex-director of UNICEF, that she has founded No Bias AI. She said we should move from machine language to more knowledge-based reasoning. Which is something that you can wing it with Gen AI. A recent BCG report says that what are the adoption by seniority, right? So you will find that in senior positions, women have been really latching on, or adopting Gen AI better. It's quite possible it's due to their need to kind of live up to the expectation and start using it for more productive reason. But at the junior levels, we've seen that the percentage points of gap is higher. I'll tell you why. So you're looking at your right, men versus women. How do we fare? So at junior levels we are a little down. As you go to senior level, it rises in technical functions. But in non-technical function, the gap is definitely there, and that's another area that we need to address, that you do not have to be totally technical to adopt Gen AI. You can be a part of instituting it in your organization, or in kind of uh, building it for the way you want. But non-technical functions should start adopting their productivity tools in the simplest terms, right? So you need to know how to make your life easier with Gen AI and using it right. So this is one statistic which is important revelation, and that's where we need a little push. So you girls and the women and the girls in this group are at an early age, early career aspirant. So you'll have to keep in mind that you start adopting this ASAP. And also, this is another important statistics on, if you look at the confidence, right? So you will find there are still some gaps, but in senior functions, they're doing so well. So you just need to cross over this tide. All those in the junior levels, I think you need to bring in more confidence in using them, and you need to have a kind of risk tolerance. If you don't have the risk tolerance, then you won't be able to take the step forward. So pretty much, if you engage with the right cohort, with the right company, which is actually orienting you in the best practices, right ways to use from early on, I think you are poised for a success. So having said this, I believe I've consumed my 10 minutes pretty much. I would only kind of uh, uh, lead the call here with saying that uh, the internet is full of educative material, but beyond, there's also a lot of noise. So you need to know how to work in a cohort that has the right guidance, that has the right direction to how you pick up these skills and tools, and then do something on your side to keep pursuing it. And having said that, if you were looking for resources, mentorship, or any kind of training, especially the girls, please become a member. It is free. We will talk about it. I will not take the thunder from Chanchal and Harsh's topic here, but we will talk about it later. We will share a QR code for you to get onto a community portal. You can find all the resources that you need. We have leaders in Gen AI who are willing to mentor, and we could always facilitate the handshake. All the best. Back to you, Chanchal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Like, I hope like now everyone has a better understanding of what actually Women in Tech is all about and how you can become a part of a community. And we'll also be sharing the link of how people can join the community as well through the website. And we're always looking for passionate individuals to join us and contribute to our mission. So now we are going to explore the incredible capabilities of GitHub Copilot, like how you can harness its power to build a personal assistant that can help automate your daily tasks. So telling you all about a bit about Microsoft Copilot Studio. Basically, it is a platform which that allows you to create custom copilots or extend existing ones for Microsoft 365. So it provides a graphical or say low-code tool for building and maintaining these AI-powered conversational interfaces, which you can handle by a variety of tasks from answering simple questions to resolving complex issues. With Copilot Studio, you can even design your own copilots to engage with users across multiple channels, such as websites, mobile apps, and Microsoft Teams as well. So, like basically, overall, it's a versatile tool that doesn't require key technical expertise, but it will make it accessible for a wide range of users. So now we have Harsh with us, who will be telling you, and he will be having a hands-on activity. So how you can create your personal assistant with the same.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I'm audible.
Yeah, you Harsh, you are audible.
All right. So just a second. Okay. So hello guys. As Chanchal explained, that Copilot Studio is based on a low code, no code tool that which you can use. So basically, extend the existing Copilot. I hope. Can you guys hand raise if you are a Windows user or a Mac user? Sir? For the Windows user, you might have seen that Copilot sign in your Windows. So yeah, I think we have a lot of Windows users over here. So you might have seen that Copilot icon that appeared in the new update, right? So you can actually extend it to just do your own task. For example, you created a backend app and maybe you can just use it while extending the same Copilot app that's there in your uh, Windows app. So you can just use that to extend. So the way to extend that is provided by Microsoft. That is actually Copilot Studio, which is a no code, low code tool. So can you guys see my screen? If any of you can confirm. Yeah.
Yes, it's visible.
So you can
Harsh,
actually
there are
visit.
few
Yeah.
hands raised. I
All right.
think it was mainly on the question of they couldn't see it, but there are two. There's Hardik and Shivanshu who have the hands raised. I have no idea. Okay, Shivanshu is okay. I think he's good. They're all good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Harsh. But then
I
they
guess
couldn't see the
that
screen.
was for the question that Harsh asked for like Windows and the Mac users.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
I Yeah. No worries. I just dropped the link for Copilot Studio. You guys can just go there, create an account, and get a trial for that. So let me know when you guys and check if you have created an account, if you're able to access one. So, all right. So, here we have our Copilot Studio. We'll go on to creating a new Copilot. So, when we go on to creating a new Copilot, we basically get two kind of options over here. First is the new Copilot, and second one will be new Copilot action. New Copilot will be actually okay. Okay. So new Copilot will be actually creating an entire new Copilot that we have over here in the Windows over here, and new Microsoft Copilot action would be more like extending our existing Copilot that we have. We can use the Copilot that we have created in the Microsoft Teams, in the Slack channels, and just the same way we have seen Discord bots, right? So the same way we can do for Microsoft ecosystem. So when we go to the new Copilot, we basically have two kind of options over here. First is letting the generative AI itself help you just decide what kind of flows do you want to have for it. So, and doing it manually. So we can just skip it to configure, naming it, describing it, and any instructions if you have. So when we click on create, let me know if any of you guys are trying to do the same on your end by the link that I have dropped. We can wait if you guys are just doing it on your end. Okay, Ujjwal is doing it.
Okay, so
Mansi is
Daksh
trying.
has
Okay.
doubt. Yeah.
Maybe you can use your college account, Daksh, if you're facing issues like that. Also, if you guys need any issues regarding the credits, if you need any guidance regarding the Microsoft part, so you guys can contact Chanchal as she is the Azure lead, so she might be able to help you out with all these stuff, whether it's the credits, whether it's applying for Microsoft for startups or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. Like even if someone is planning to join for the startups, you can contact me for like how you can register for Microsoft for Startups Founders Hub and how you can actually build your profile there, how you can get the credits, Copilot and everything.
So once we create the Copilot, if you guys have any doubt, just feel free to raise your hands. We would be love to have. Okay.
Okay, so
So
just a second, Harsh. Someone has just
yeah.
asked like they can't sign in with personal account and they don't have college account. So they have this doubt.
All right. So I think some of the universities actually offer a education account just based on the sign up. So maybe we can just drop you the link of the same after the session where you can just create account just to get an education account for that. Okay. College ID in person, both are not working. All right. So maybe the session is recorded right now. You can just access it later. We'd love to help you in accessing it. Maybe Chanchal can help you out with that.
Yeah, sure.
So
The people who are actually facing issue while logging in, you can drop us your email IDs. I'll try to give you the benefits or like how you can register through your mail. I'll get it verified.
yeah.
Till the time Harsh will continue, how you can like make your personal assistant and you can just go through it.
So basically, explaining the whole dashboard that we have over here is, uh, you guys can drop your email IDs later. No worries, we'll have a record of that. So in the overview part, we have all the general details that we have over here. Knowledge part is where basically, as you have seen the chat GPT, right? So do you guys have any idea about the RAG model that where you can just add a information in the chat GPT and it's basically extended so you can ask questions from that. Basically apps like PDF chat or something, okay, email IDs. So here, if we add, when we click on add knowledge, we can actually drop in public websites, any files, SharePoint and OneDrive. So basically, if you have seen on the Microsoft Copilot that the Windows has, it's basically like Chat GPT only, but it's from Microsoft. So when I click on add knowledge, knowledge is basically added in this, and we can basically ask questions from that itself. For example, just the same way we have Google Drive for in from the Google services, the same way we have SharePoint or other services from Microsoft. So here we can actually reference those files in the Copilot itself and ask. For example, I sent you a business proposal. So I can say that, tell me what was the budget in the business proposal I sent to Chanchal. So it's going to go to my SharePoint, reference that file of the proposal that I sent to Chanchal, and then give me the budget inside that. So this is a small example of that. So we can just add a knowledge source here, which can be a public website, any file, SharePoint or OneDrive, or anything like Azure SQL, any database that we have. You guys might have also seen problem statements like where we need a chatbot to just query the database and just get results out of it. So, for example, here we can add public websites. For example, here I'm want it to be a personal assistant, or you can just go to how to be a good personal assistant. So I can just add a public website from over here as a knowledge, 6 qualities of a personal assistant. So when it's going to answer me these questions, it's going to keep all of these things in mind, and these would be added in the knowledge. Yeah. So from here, from the knowledge tab, we can actually add knowledge, any external data that we want the Copilot to access. From the topics task, basically, it's more of a tree-based system where you can actually create the flows. Can you get the benefits of? Okay. I think we can check the doubts later. All right. So can it keep the entire data of the website as a context? Yes, it can keep the entire data of the website as a context. While it's answering, it's going to keep everything in mind that you kept it as a context. So here, when you click on add a topic, okay, uh, when it creates from a blank. For example, if I wanted to just make an announcement on the Teams channel, uh, like all of the Microsoft companies uses Teams as a medium to just use for like managing the teams and announcing things. So here I have triggers over here. So when I edit a trigger, so make an announcement on Teams. For example, this is my trigger. We can add similar phrases over here. So when a user is going to just put in everything in anything in the chat box that looks similar to this, it's going to enter into this flow. So here we have this drag and drop kind of menu where you can just enter these, select these blocks over here, which you can use to do any actions. For example, when the user clicks on make announcement on Teams, I want it to just take the announcement from the user and put it on the Teams channel that we have. So for doing the actions part over here, we have Microsoft Action that we'll be moving on to the next steps. So we are basically in the topics right now where we can select a trigger phrase. Which action do we want to trigger? We can create the flow over here. So for example, ask a question. What's the announcement? Identify which part of it would I like to take it as a response. So it would be more like user's entire response. And save it as variable one. The same thing that we are doing in the conventional programming language, but here we are creating a flow where the user can just put in the things and we can just easily create the entire flow over here like this. So once I get the announcement, I need an action that takes up this user's response that you'd want to pass it as an announcement on the Teams channel that I have. So I would like to call an action. For the actions part, we have over here is basic actions, connectors, and plugins. Plugins, Microsoft itself offers various plugins that we have over here, which are more like get arrow, delete arrow. So these are basically connectors and already predefined actions provided by Microsoft. If we would like to just create any action on our own that's not pre-existing in the Microsoft ecosystem, we can just go over here to call an action and create a flow. Creating a flow is just like doing this flow thing, but this time what we are using is we're using the power of Microsoft Power Automate, where we can just create the flow while using the app connectors from various Microsoft sources. For example, I don't need to get a API access. I don't need to get everything. For example, here I'll say run a flow from Copilot. What input do I need from Copilot? It would be an announcement, right? But what's the announcement? Announcement and a description. Please enter the announcement. So when I get the announcement, it's saved as a variable in this Power Automate flow. Now, what I need to do, I need to add an action here. And here I can just search Teams as an action. So here I can just get all the Teams actions that have been predefined by the Microsoft ecosystem. So maybe I can just search something like post message in a team chat or channel. So I think this works for me because I want to announce it on a channel over here. So when I click this, post as a flowboat as a user, whether I want to post it or from my account. So I can just choose one and post in group chat, for example. I already have the channel over here. What's going to be my message? My message is going to be the same text that I took from Copilot Studio. So here I can just go over here and use this thunder icon, and then I can select the announcement tab that I had with me. All right. So once I do this, okay, and then we just need to do this setup, and this will be set up automatically. Respond to Copilot. So add an output. Output is going to be message sent, and that's it. We're done over here. We just need to post as a flowboat, post on the group chat. Group chat is going to be what? Okay, I think I had. You can choose anything like meeting with Harsh Dhariwal, and then I can just publish this over here. Once I publish, I can just go on and test this. Okay, we're waiting for it to publish. All right, it's published right now. Test it. We're just going to test our flow if it's able to post the same in the Microsoft Teams channel. So coming over here, announcement is going to be, hey, this is announcement and run flow. Okay, it's done. And I have received announcement on my Microsoft Teams over here. I think I'm logged in with another account, but I can show you here. See, can you guys see that I have received the announcement on this channel over here, which was sent by workflows. Uh, is it visible? Guys, would love if you guys could interact and share your doubts as well. So if I had to implement the same thing via using conventional methods of API and everything, it would have been so difficult, but we were able to achieve the same in like 10 minutes or so. So here I have a flow ready, which I can call as announce to teams. All right, so I'll come back over here, come into my flows. I can just name it as announce to teams. All right, publish it again. And now I can use it on any Teams channel that I have. For example, here and this, when I said that, okay, when the user says make announcement on Teams, I'll have to ask what's the announcement. And then it's saved as a variable one. Now I can actually go on, select, call an action, and search the flow that I have created. That would be announced to Teams. Okay, it's done. Announced to Teams. Publish it. It's published. So here I go here, call an action, and here I choose the action that I have created. That would be Teams. Can't see it over here. Just a second. Teams. I think it's going to take some time to just maybe update it, but here when it will be updated in few minutes. So when I'm going to just go on, select the same thing that we created right now. So it's going to just come up over here, and here it's another flow that we have created, but it will be updated in a few minutes. So here we can just enter the same thing, the message again, going to the variables using the variable one as we pass it to the and getting the output from it. So here the action that we had created right now would be reflected here. So I don't know why it's not updating. Yeah, it's available now. Announce it to Teams. Announcement string. Announcement string is going to be what I accepted right now as variable one, and output is going to come here. Then what I need to do is just send a message from the output just that I just received over here, and that would be output, and we're done over here. We made a personal assistant chatbot that has the knowledge from the online blogs that how to become a perfect personal assistant. We made a trigger that takes up the announcement that I need to make on the Teams channel. It's going to do the same, announce it on the Teams channel that I just selected right now. So refreshing my Copilot, I'm just going to say make announcement on Teams. Okay. All right. Make announcement on Teams. Now it's going to ask me what's the announcement. I can just enter, hey there, it's my first announcement. It has some connection issues. I'm just going to connect it. Okay, it's not connected. Basically, when we create these actions, we need to create some connections from our account itself so that it can just actually do this. So I just need to connect it to my email account that I have over here, and then we can just achieve the same thing. All right. It's taking time. Okay. I can just click on submit over here, and it will be connected. Connected with my email ID so that it has the required permissions to announce on my required channel. Refreshing it again. Make announcement on Teams. Okay. What's the announcement? Hey, it's announcement on the Copilot. Boom. We have our announcement sent over here on the Teams channel. I can show you here. See, here's the URL via workflows. Hey, it's an announcement from the Copilot. It's sent on to my Teams channel. So it's just an example where we use Microsoft Teams for that. But we can actually extend the scene in the Microsoft Copilot that we have over on the Windows. We can just create these flow according to our usage that we use in the daily life. Then once we are done with this, we created our actions that the Microsoft system that we had. Then we can actually go to analytics where we have all the usage data on how the users are facing issues in our Copilot, what the prompts that they try to use. Because many a times when we create a chatbot, we don't know what kind of things users were expecting, but with time we get to know. So when you go over to channels, we can publish it and we can create channels. Basically, the apps on which we want our app to be enabled where the users can use them. So for the channels option, we have over here, have Microsoft Teams, Facebook over here, Skype over here. So basically, I just made a chatbot which has all the knowledge of how personal assistant should act, making announcements or integrating with the Microsoft apps that we have. And then just publish here in the following channels in just a second. It's not enabled right now because we need sign in for that. To enable a sign in, we can just go to settings and then enable authentication. Once we are done with that, security and then authentication. Once we enable the authentication part for that, we'll be able to publish it on any channel, whether it's a public website, whether it's your own website, we can add that chatbot over here. So as we can see that how easy it becomes to just create or extending a Copilot chatbot. So this was more about the session. We can just definitely have another session over the same or more detailed session on how we can use. So this is the whole overview of it, of how we can add the knowledge of like public websites or any file that we wanted to use as a knowledge base. Going to topics where we can just create these flows. These flows are like more like created on the own. For example, when we open this, here we have trigger pages like bye, bye for now, goodbye. Would you like to end our conversation? Is another prompt that we can ask. Here we can add multiple these. If you guys would like to study more about the scene, we have a Udemy course that you can definitely refer. We'll put on the link soon after the session. And if you want to enter into Gen AI, this can be a good part because Azure AI tech stack is something that is coming into the market very rapidly as the Microsoft ecosystem is coming into the flow very soon. So this can be a good way to just get into Gen AI with using no code tools. So if you guys have any doubts, you guys can just open your mic, address people. We have Vineet sir over here, who's like founder and CEO at Letsai, which is a Gen AI startup. So we'd love to help you guys over there. So yeah, we have a doubt from Aman. Can we integrate this with non-Microsoft technologies as well? Yeah, we can like integrate the same with non-Microsoft technologies. As we all know that all these technologies or the apps like Jira from Atlassian or other services, they also offer the API for that. So we can make API calls from over here. We can create connectors for all the other non-Microsoft services. So we can definitely integrate them as well. We can maybe send a WhatsApp message from here as well. That's not an issue. Shreyas, about the walk-in drive tomorrow, if you have received a mail from HR or any information from the HR, then you can join, but you will need a RSVP for that. Okay. Can we keep the entire data of the website as a context? Yes, we can. Sorry guys, we have limited time, but we would love to address your doubts. So we'd really appreciate if you guys can just open your mic and just ask your doubts. There are many people over here who like who saved their precious time and came here just to address the doubts. How to join Letsai as an intern? We will be sending you another application form, but you can also mail your resume at hiring@letsai.tech. Mention that you were attending in this session, and we'll also be sending you another exclusive internship form which you can apply as an intern. And we'd love to have you guys. We'd love to see you guys' resume, and you can just drop the same at hiring@letsai.tech. How to become an AI developer while managing college? See, college is something that prepares you for more like future studies part. So To become an AI developer, actually, you need to explore various options that we have, various things that are active in the market. Just create projects, get into touch with Gen AI folks, create some products that are creating value in the market. So most of us started more like creating projects out of curiosity, getting in touch with the profs. So Shreyas, we would love to know which college are you from? In case you are from JIIT, so I can get you in touch with some professors that would love to help you like get into the research stuff, getting into more connections. So yeah, more like that. Make projects, get into internships, do freelance work. That would really work, help you guys. Yeah.
Okay, so Shreyas has this doubt like how to become a AI developer, like you while being managing with the work and the college.
Would you like to take this, Chanchal? I think I just answered this one.
Okay, so like the next question.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Some pre yeah.
there's this question from Yashita. So what are some prerequisites to work as an AI intern?
Some prerequisites would be more like knowing the basic, as Vineet sir also answered in the chat box, knowing basic maths like machine learning, statistics, knowing the very basic of transformers that we have, attention, and how basically large language models actually work. Because many of us have this like preconceived thing that okay, that uh, LLMs can steal our job, Gen AI is going to steal our job, anything like that. So basically, we have to know what's the final scope of Gen AI thing, what it can actually do, what's hallucination, what's transformers. So basically, knowing a scope of what we can actually achieve from that. For example, here we know while using the Copilot Studio, we have a given set of strings that we have over here. We know it's performing the semantic search, understanding all these things. I've also made a few videos on the same. I can just drop you the link after the session, so which you can use to understand transformers. There is a course from Data Science Dojo. I'm just dropping the same, and they have a few videos over here on the Gen AI and large language models part. So you can basically use that to understand and build a strong foundation. So moving on to that. Yeah.
Okay, so Shambhavi has asked like if you could mention some resources like from where they can learn about the basics. I would say you can also refer to like Microsoft Learn tutorials or even the training courses to learn about AI, being an AI developer as well, because there is a lot of free courses and training available there, which you can refer it. Also making the projects of the same.
You may refer to Udemy courses. And if you're going into Gen AI, documentation is something that you need to really use because there are not much videos available out there on Copilot Studio or anything. I think there is just one single course on Copilot Studio, which is beneficial right now. So I think that is something, documentation is something that you'll need to study a lot if you want to get it into Gen AI. So yeah. I think Harshit has a question on how to start contributing to open source AI projects and finally get into GSOC. I think Chanchal might be more suitable to answer the same question as I'm not really into open source.
Okay, so for Harshit, I would like to say it like when you're doing the open source part, so what you can basically do is try to search for beginner friendly or good issues like when you're starting contributing into open source. Because most of the time होता क्या है कि we are starting contributing but फिर समझ नहीं आता कि what actually the project is about, किस code पे review करें and how to merge the PR. So first of all, just understand more about open source, what are the PRs, merge कैसे करते हैं, how the GitHub works, and how you can actually make the code space and code bases. After that, start contributing to the projects which are there, like which are open friendly also and which are available on the website. Like we have GSOC, we also have SWOC, we have Hacktoberfest in the month of October, where you actually work on this open source projects only. So you can definitely find all of this on GitHub as well, and most of the like there are so many organizations which actually helps you to build your open source projects and start contributing in it. Okay, so Daksh has asked what are some good AI projects. So Harsh, if you can tell. So you're on mute. Harsh, you're on mute.
All right, so some good AI projects would be more like not using just API wrappers, as many of you guys might have used just the normal RAG models or using the chat completion API that OpenAI offers. So basically, what you do is just put in medical documents over here, enter a system prompt that, okay, you are a doctor and you need to answer these questions. So that is not going to help you get a job. Because as I know that I really wanted to take this topic of the new Gen AI that is entering from text to text instead, and now it's going to enter into text to infra. Infra is basically just example that we take like Microsoft Teams. Microsoft, the following action that we perform is not the conventional text to text thing that we used to do 7, 8 months back where we just had a chat bot. Now we have actions over here. Now we have infra over here. As many of you might have seen on the Azure itself, we can ask Azure chatbot that, okay, I want to deploy this resource. So it's going to tell me that, okay, you can just maybe use this compute, you can use this instance. So that is actually going to help you. So going into text to infra part, not relying on the API wrappers, but using hello. Yeah. Sorry, I think it got disconnected, but I was saying that maybe just not relying on the API wrappers part, not relying on the API wrappers part. Chanchal, am I audible right now?
Yeah, you're audible. If you can like turn off your video, I guess there's some network issue.
All right, sure. Okay. So more like if you're not getting into API wrappers, inventing something from your own side, not just relying on the LLM to do its stuff. So would be considered as a good AI project. Okay. What should we learn first, AWS or Azure? See, AI is something that only two companies currently excel at. That would be Google or Azure. So if you want to get into AI part, you need to choose a side. That would be more like Google or Azure, Microsoft Azure part. So if you want to go specifically into infra part, I think Microsoft Azure can be a good option. But if you want something that is more accessible and mostly company use that, so you can go to the Google. AWS would be more like a different part if you're talking specifically about AI. Okay.
Okay, so Akshat has asked that is data analytics necessary to dive into data science? So yes, Akshat, it is very important because when you're working in the data science part, it is actually an important foundational component of data science. So while data science is actually a broader range of techniques and methodologies, but it will include machine learning, statistical modeling, and data engineering. So, a strong understanding of that data analytics is actually crucial for like understanding data, for the data cleaning and preparation, and exploring the data analytics part. Yes, Daksh, there are like opportunities for the graduates in AI field as well. Like a lot of companies do hire for AI engineers, and you can even also get certified for the same through the Microsoft Learn platform. Okay, so if anyone has more doubts, you can like open your mic or you can drop us your doubts in the chat section.
Chanchal,
Yes, ma'am.
no, no, just go ahead with the questions. I may want to just uh, drop that URL in the chat section once everybody's done.
Yeah, sure. You can drop it right now, like so that people can log into the website portal and access the resources. Okay,
Okay,
so
and I
guys, Mhm.
sure, sure, and I think somebody just had a question. I'll leave it to you. How you want to take it further?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Shambhavi has asked like how you can elaborate on it. Okay, so basically Microsoft doesn't hire second year students. It's just that you can try for many of the projects which are being there and even the competitions like Imagine Cup, where are actually these are the hackathons or the projects which are building for the startups. And from there you can start working in Microsoft like while doing working as an intern also. So that is actually a good opportunity for you to work in Microsoft or any of the MNCs through either the hackathons or the competitions they conduct or through any of the programs. Okay, so Aditi, for you, I would say, like when you want to start with any of the internship, start focusing on your skills and knowledge, build some soft skills, learn about programming languages or what all things or what all tech stack on what all tech stacks you're actually passionate about. Like if you love making website, learn about React JS, like the CSS part and everything, so that you can just know like how actually it feels like making the website and making a good look for the startups or the people who are actually looking for the developers. And while gaining all these skills and while working on any of the projects, you'll be having that confidence. Like if you join any of the company or if you want to join any of the company, it will give you a motivation. Like yes, I can do their work. What all work will be assigned there, and it will help you and it will help you to gain a lot of experience over there. I guess that's all. We have covered all of the questions which was being asked. And like as Harsh mentioned, like what are the advanced aspects of Copilot and how you can customize your personal assistant to meet your specific needs. Yes, Daksh, Microsoft do hire interns, but not AI interns, but yes, it does hire for the students who are there in third year for the software, data analytics, and even for the project management. Talking about the roadmap, it basically has this thing that you need to have a good projects. Like if you are working, if you want to apply as a software engineer intern, you must be having projects which actually helps them to like if they hire you in their company, so how will you be the potential candidate over there? So that things works on that actually. like gain a lot of experience and knowledge while making projects, collaborating with people, and also doing a networking in the meetups, because it will actually help you like what all people are actually doing there, and how how the life of them have been there through the internship period, or they working as a full time in any of the MNCs or the big companies. So that will eventually help you out. Okay, so that's a wrap up of the session, and I hope everyone has found it informative and inspiring. So, building a personal assistant can be a game changer, and with the Copilot as well, and it's never been easier. So, thank you so much for attending this session, and I hope it was very useful for you. You can also share about the event and the insights of the lessons you learned on LinkedIn, and will be helping you with everything if you have any doubts, and you just can reach out to us on LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Chanchal,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I just wanted to share with the team what they could refer to on the portal. So the
Yeah, sure.
resources they can have, they can look up. I've actually filtered this with AI. So what you will find content, you will find a call for registrations for events which talk about how to build a personal brand in AI, or something. Just talk about AI thing. We had in India done a session on how AI can help in content. So you will find opportunities to join these sessions across the world. It's not just in India. You will find it from all over the world. 56 chapters that we have. Also, you can find a mentor which will where we kind of can help you, on a one-on-one with the industry experts. So just wanted to quickly share what uh, getting onto the community portal will mean for you. Roshni, yeah, we encourage the ladies in this group to join us on the community portal. There's a link that I've shared here, the wit-h.com. There's a sign up page. Make sure you guys choose India as a chapter so you will know more about local events and definitely know about the global events also. There is no fee. It's just that you have to announce that you've joined on the portal and we will figure out how to start engaging you. Guys could also join as allies. Definitely these resources are for both women and men, but we really want to end most of the content, however, you'll find is how we encourage women to get into these niche technologies. Thank you for that few minutes, Chanchal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, thanks a lot, everyone. And yes, you can register through WIT through the portal. As ma'am mentioned, you have a lot of events being conducted in India, and also we do have a lot of resources over there on the portal which you can access it for free. And you can be the part of the community. You just need to register through the portal, and we'll be very happy to onboard you in our team as volunteers, speakers, or designers or anything. You just can share your insights and your resume with us. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you, Chanchal. Good night, everybody.